Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode. We got a really cool one this time around. Sorry I haven't posted in quite a while. I've actually been moving. So I'm going to give you guys a quick tour, show you what's going on, see what we're up to, and tell you the game plan. So stay tuned. Alright guys, we're at the new shop now. This is going to be the new workspace. I'm going to talk about this in a minute. Trailered the Datsun down, got it here. I'm going to show you guys the paint stripping I've been doing. I've just been doing some tester panels, show you the results I'm getting. Grinding, paint stripping, a lot of that kind of stuff. I need to get all this organized. I've got a lot of parts and not a ton of room. Sorry, I know I'm teasing you guys the engine. So this crane I just got built up yesterday. Just the 2-ton engine hoist from Harbor Freight. So far so good. It's looking like it's going to be a really awesome tool. Got to pull that engine out, so I'm going to definitely need it. I'm going to get started on some of this paint work. Just getting the body ground down. I want to try and get the interior done so that this can all get seam sealed where it needs it, primered. I've got ceramic insulating paint, which is supposed to help keep the temperatures a lot cooler in the summer, keep the engine heat out, and make it a livable place. This isn't going to be a stripped down track car. This is going to be a lot more of a GT touring, so I want it to be really nice in here. So I'll show you guys the painting I've been doing. Alright, so first off, I started some test panels out with Automotive Stripper. I got this off of Amazon. I think it was right around $50. Works really well. It totally does the job. I'm gonna use it for the thinner panels, like these fenders, which are getting repaired on the bottoms very soon. Got the sheet metal right here for them. I don't know if that's the right side, but that's the wrong side. But these will get cut about there, and the new bottoms welded in for both of them. The problem is these panels are really thin, so I could grind it down, but I want to use the stripper to keep it from warping. I did this area with stripper. It works pretty well. It doesn't always go down to the bare metal. Sometimes it leaves the primer on there, but it works quite well. And I'll just have to go back and sand it with the air sander that I've got, this bad boy. Now on this side, I tried a different method. This steel's a lot thicker on the body, a lot heavier duty. So I've actually been using this, I think it's a grinder. I don't know what else you'd call it. It's not a wire wheel, but so I've been using this. It's just got a sanding disc on it. I think it's an 80 grit. Works really great. It gets the metal nice and clean. I'm just having to be really careful not to overheat the panel. So I'll show you guys using that, the results I'm getting with it. This is significantly faster than sanding, so I would totally recommend it. Getting going on this quarter panel here. This works way better than sanders or paint stripper. getting pretty good results. It's looking really nice. I'll have to come back with the sander still, clean it up a little bit, but this is knocking off 90% of it, no problem. So this place is a bit of a madhouse right now. I'll try to give you guys updates, show you what's been going on for the past couple weeks. Let me see if I can flip this camera around. Okay, so I bought a new cowl. If you guys saw my original one, there was holes where the foam strips go. There's strips of foam that go in there like that. Those collect water from the underside and rust it out. So I had to buy a new panel, so I picked that up. I got more parts sandblasted. It's got a little bit of surface rust on it. That'll just clean up. I need to paint this, put it in a primer, just like I did to these panels. So that's coming up soon. This, I'm probably gonna re-primer it. I bought it and it's primered, but they didn't do the greatest job. It's not bad though. It's definitely workable. Panel's way cleaner than mine. This is what I'm gonna work on for today though. I'm gonna work on stripping these and grinding the body. So that's what I'll be filming for you guys. Sorry, this episode jumps around a lot, trying to get everything figured out. Quick note, whenever you're doing any sanding work, paint stripping, anything like that, make sure you always wear your glasses, hearing protection, respirator. There's some pretty nasty chemicals in some of these products, and nobody likes getting dust in their eyes. And I'm pretty sure most people like being able to hear. So, smart idea, just go buy them, you know, 20 bucks, 10 bucks, 10 bucks, whatever. They're cheap. Let's get started. All right, I've been grinding down this bottom and just the back end in general. While I've been doing that, I've had some of the automotive stripper just sitting on this front fender. So you're supposed to put it covered, helps it, I don't know, gas off and evaporate as quickly. But look at that. So you can see it's peeled up a lot of the paint already. This should just scrape right off. So I would recommend this stuff for thinner panels. It's really easy because I can be back here grinding. Let this just sit. Come back, you know, 15 minutes later, and I got all this paint just coming right off. So it's very little effort, it's mostly time, but if you're working on other things, you know, why not? This isn't gonna warp the panel. This is, you know, it doesn't heat it up. It's not gonna gouge it, scar it, and being a thin body panel, that's perfect. So I'm gonna clean this up and show you after. All right, just got back, finished this one up. So this had 2 coats of paint remover on it. One of the problems with this car is that there are about 3 layers of paint. Obviously there's the factory primer, then there was the blue paint. Then there was a coat of primer, and white with clear coats thrown in between those. So this has 3 full layers of paint. You can't really, here's a better spot to tell. Different primer there. There's some of the blue in the corner, different whites. So it's actually quite thick. There's quite a lot of paint. Your car probably doesn't have this much, so this would work better for you. But I had to do two coats to get this. This does go pretty slow. This is not fast by any means. I might get these media blasted. I don't know. It's good, but it's not as good as it could be. These parts, for example, all got media blasted. You can see they're just super clean. The finish is really nice. Obviously this has got specks of rust. That's just because it's been sitting so long. But if you look at the inside, very clean, very nice, ready to be primered almost. And that's what I did with these panels. So I don't know, I'll keep going with that, see how it goes. With the body, I want to get this ground down. Obviously it just takes time, really. These discs are pretty cheap. Electricity to run it's pretty cheap. So this saves me some money. So get this done as much as I can, and then maybe get it sandblasted after. Do some of the nooks and crannies that are a little bit too tight for me to get into. That's the thought. I'm not sure what I'll end up doing. So for now, I'll just keep going. Just getting a little further along on the Datsun. I've got the sander out. I'm gonna start sanding these couple last panels. I'm gonna get those all prepped and ready for paint today. And if I have time, I'll try sanding some of the spots on the body that I've already ground down. If we get to it, that's lower priority though. For today, I want to get these all primed. This is that new cowl I bought from the old one that had rust holes in it. There's some weird like high spots and low spots in it. I've gone through and I've sanded about half of it down, but I need to finish it. So we'll be working on this panel, headlight buckets, hinges, fuel door, hood, all this stuff here. So we'll keep sanding away. Finished up all these panels with the primer, looking really good. Before I finally paint them though, I'll have to go back, scuff them up, touch up a few spots here and there. And there's a little bit of body filler I'll need on some spots, like this dent here. A couple little things, nothing major. I'm really happy with how they turned out. Looks pretty good. The only thing that's maybe not ideal is painting outside in the sun and the wind. So if you have access to a paint booth or a shed of some kind, that helps a lot. It's coming along pretty nicely though. I'm gonna keep sanding this up, get all the paint stripped back further. I'll either split this into one episode or maybe two, depending on how much film time I have. I don't want these videos to be too long, so we'll keep on working. And if the video ends here, thanks for tuning in.